today for the Bitcoin price. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge black swan event, an apocalyptic black swan event is imminent for Bitcoin. If we are going over to Twitter or anywhere in the news landscape, you can see many people, more and more people in fact, speculating about this one scenario. Yes, this is connected with MicroStrategy, and I want to talk about how to understand this. What can we expect for Bitcoin? Let's go straight into it. And yes, there is some legitimate rumors about indexes like MSCI about to delist MicroStrategy, because way more than half of their business is basically relying on just holding Bitcoin, right? And the rumors, the legitimate rumors, is that these indexes like MSCI and so on are going to delist MicroStrategy. I personally think this is very likely to happen, but I want to tell you also what it means for Bitcoin. What can we expect for Bitcoin in regards to that? And what am I doing with my trade? I want to talk about that. Let's get straight into it. And yes, these funds are holding accumulated, like if, okay, let's phrase it like this. If these funds have to delist MicroStrategy, we can expect an outflow of capital out of MicroStrategy, like the stock, right, of 2.5 to anywhere between 2.5 to 9 billion US dollars. So what would that mean for Bitcoin? First of all, what would it mean for the MicroStrategy stock? It is most likely going to be a quite bearish event for the price of the stock, right? All just my opinion, my prediction. What would it mean for Bitcoin? Well, if these indexes are delisting MicroStrategy because it's basically a Bitcoin fund and not really the software company it was before, right? I mean, that's why it's listed, I think, on the NASDAQ and stuff. So if it gets delisted, we see selling pressure of MicroStrategy. That is for sure, right? Most likely, but I think that is for sure. Would mean the price will go down. Does this mean MicroStrategy has to sell their Bitcoin, multi-billion US dollar worth of Bitcoin? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about price targets. And yes, I am still here in my trade. You can see I'm actually here in my office on the rooftop. Still in my trade, not in my office, in my gym on the rooftop. My trade right now still racking in 2.7, 2.8 million US dollars in Bitcoin, in US dollar. Unrealized profits and realized profits 14.2 million US dollars. I already wanted to say billion because we are talking about MicroStrategy and their billions, right? No, million US dollars. And yes, most of these profits are already taking. One of these reasons is, of course, this potentially looming negative event. And before I go into price targets and my prediction derived from this event for Bitcoin, I want to remind you quickly, health is wealth. Not only money is wealth, no, health is the real wealth. And I just uploaded a video. Better than OZEMPIC. One shot before bed burns your belly fat. Link in the pinned comment down below. A few minutes. This shot is almost magical. Watch it for the six-pack. Watch it to burn your dangerous visceral fat. Pinned comment down below. Click and watch that video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be part of future giveaways. And now, what does it mean for Bitcoin? Well, first of all, the MicroStrategy stock will most likely plummet from that. That is very possible. And we can see, of course, the market anticipating something like that. And now the market also anticipates that Bitcoin will crash because of that, because MicroStrategy will be forced to sell their Bitcoin. Well, what we have to understand is that the Bitcoin MicroStrategy is holding is mostly financed by convertible debt, right? And the next payoff, I think, the next big payoff for MicroStrategy is in 2027. So that is quite far in the future. My prediction is that yes, the market will react negatively. Yes, this is a bearish event, but not only that, it fundamentally doesn't change anything for Bitcoin. I think it will not force MicroStrategy to sell their Bitcoin. Yes, the stock will go down. Yes, they will have troubles getting more financing for more Bitcoin. That is something I'm quite sure about. But if they are not able to sell, if they are not forced to sell their Bitcoin, and this death spiral, which many people are not talking about, is not going to happen. I think it will even create arbitrage opportunities of the stock, actually, the net asset value being very different to the stock price. If they are holding much more than their stock price represents, I would probably even think about potentially buying MicroStrategy, right? Most likely not, but just that you get the point. So fundamentally, nothing changes for Bitcoin. I think also they will not be forced to sell their Bitcoin, but it will be short-term a bearish event for Bitcoin. This is my prediction. You let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. We are going to see each other very soon at the next of Mmcrypto. As always, guys, as always, bye.